Hello ladies and gentlemen. Previously on my channel we have looked at my boxed Super Nintendo collection and my boxed NES collection. Obviously today we are going to be looking at my boxed Megadrive collection. Boxed Megadrive games are so much easier to come by these days than boxed Nintendo games, purely because they have lovely hard plastic cases as opposed to that rotting old cardboard. Yuck. So because of this very reason, thankfully, I don't have any loose Sega carts. So today I'm going to show you my entire Mega Drive collection. Yeah, let's go for it. Got a lot to get through. Toe Jam and Earl, Panic on Funkotron, sorry. This is the second Toe Jam and Earl game, and this is actually a 2D side-scrolling platformer. It's not quite as good as the original, and they kind of deviated from what made the game great in the first place. FIFA Road to the World Cup 1998. Obviously a bloody bundle game, although it's nice to see bloody David Beckham on the front of it, who was he was a very popular man. No one was as big a bender as Beckham, yeah. Home Alone, bundle game. Techno Clash. This box is a bit bizarre. Ah, that's why, it's a bloody Genesis copy. Genesis, yuck. Apparently it does what Nintendo don't. Evander Real Deal Holyfield Boxing. Or what can I say about this? It's amusing because he had his earlobe bitten off by Mike Tyson. Spider-Man. Here's a copy of Spider-Man for the Mega Drive. Never played it. Alex Kidd in the Enchanted Castle. It's alright, but it is no Alex Kidd in Miracle World, is it? That's one of the bloody best games on the whole Master System. So yes, here's one of the sequels, not as good as that one. Lion King, by Virgin. This is very well animated if I remember correctly. Decent. Atomic Runner, never played this one, Mega Drive. Outrun 2019. Toki, I really liked the arcade version of this growing up actually. I used to play it a lot in Greece when I was younger. It's a side-scrolling platform where you play as a bloody man who's been turned into an ape. Taz in Escape from Mars, can't say I've ever played it. International Superstar Soccer Deluxe. Now, this is another sports title. The ISS games were great back in the day. Annoyingly, this one's actually worth about £30 or something, surprisingly. And annoyingly, I accidentally sold mine in a bundle for like £10 a few years ago because I literally just sold an old Mega Drive and a load of old sports titles, and I thought this was as worthless as the others. So that was a tad annoying. Dragon's Revenge, Mega Drive, not played this one, but looking on the back, I think it looks like a pinball game. Where in the World is Carmen Sandiego? Some point and click sort of gamey thing. I think there was a TV series, I remember. Fantastic Dizzy, bloody famous Codemaster mascot, more known for his Spectrum and Amstrad days. Here's a copy of the game for the Mega Drive. Sorry I'm rushing today, there's so many bloody games to look through. Puggy, not played this one. I will say, I've got so many Mega Drive games that I've never got round to playing all of them. Cool Spot. Did anyone actually ever think Cool Spot was cool? Because I certainly did, and he was just a bloody mascot for bloody lemonade. Nothing bloody cool about him, to be fair. Never liked Cool Spot, one of those typical corporate cash-ins. Rather negative today, aren't I? I must be looking at all the crap games first. A bootleg cart. Castle of Illusion starring Mickey Mouse is on here, and Aero Blaster, as you can see. God knows where this is bloody from, probably China or somewhere like that. Another bootleg cart, this one's got Predator 2 on it. Look at that. Balls, the Battle of the Balls, apparently. This is like an odd fighting game. It's got 91% on the back, apparently. The closest thing to Virtual Fighter you will ever see on the Mega Drive, and a fab game. That's a bit ridiculous considering Virtual Fighter did actually come out on the Mega Drive. It may have been on the 32X, but it still did come out on the Mega Drive, making their stupid quote completely wrong. Bloody Mean Machine Sega. Altered Beast. This was the game that came packed with the Mega Drive I own, if I remember correctly. It's okay. Some people love it, some people hate it. I'm in the middle, I suppose. Super Monaco GP2, one of the many sports games I have in here. A Genesis version of Lion King, which for some reason had a ridiculous amount of sun damage. Don't know why I own that, must have been in the bundle. Shaq Fu. Nobody bloody likes Shaq Fu. Even me, and I like a lot of things, a lot of other people don't. Desert Strike, it's alright. Helicopters, pew pew pew. The Chaos Engine. Now this is a decent one. Top-down overhead shooter. Decent, good. Try out Chaos Engine. Comic Zone. Everybody loves bloody Comic Zone. You play as this weirdo here with this bizarre haircut and sunglasses, running through different boxes in comics. His name, what's his bloody name? Sketch, that's it. Another bootleg cart, bloody Bare Knuckle, which is Streets of Rage, and Golden Axe 2 on one cartridge. I do love a good bootleg cart, they're interesting. Another bootleg, Castle of Illusions, Mickey Mouse, and Spider-Man again on this one. NBA 96, Quackshot, and again Castle of Illusions. How many bloody copies do I need of Castle of Illusions? Why was it bloody bootlegged so much? That one's real though. Steel Talons, Genesis version. Okay, now we're getting a little bit more interesting. Sonic the Hedgehog. This was the first 16-bit game I think I ever played. And I loved it so much. And you can see, look at it, it's bright bloody blue. How can that not appeal to a small child? So I remember playing it at one of my friends' houses when I was 7 years old and going, Mother and Father, I bloody want the Mega Drive, please. And then they thought about getting one, then they spoke to my uncle who informed them that the Super Nintendo was probably much better. So he lent me Super Nintendo, and from there I enjoyed Street Fighter, Star Wing, Super Mario World, and I opted for a Super Nintendo instead, which I think was an amazing decision because the majority of the UK had Mega Drives, and I think the Super Nintendo is probably the better platform overall. Sonic 2, it's just Sonic, but improved, I suppose. It's alright. What else have I got? Sonic 3, it's got Knuckles in it. Again, another crazy like marketing mascot who children absolutely loved for some reason. Probably he's reddy pinky colour, I suppose. It's not very masculine, is it? But everyone loved him. I suppose he had Knuckles to kill people with. Bloody Sonic 3D. Crap, in my opinion. Sonic and Knuckles. Basically, it's Sonic 3, isn't it? But you put the Sonic 3 cart in the Sonic and Knuckles, and then you can play as Knuckles in Sonic 3. But obviously, the Sonic and Knuckles is actually a whole other set of levels as well. But yeah, this is odd because it's actually in a cardboard box. These are quite hard to come by because, as you know, cardboard rots and it's easily crushed. So it's nice to actually have a cardboard Mega Drive game. Yeah. Sonic compilation is Sonic 1 and 2 and Dr. Robotnik's Mean Bean Machine all on one cartridge. Sonic Spinball, the bad Sonic Spinball game. I mean Sonic Pinball game, I bloody don't like it. And again, Dr. Robotnik's Mean Bean Machine, the standalone copy. I actually think this is great. It's a Puyo Puyo game. It never really got over in the West, Puyo Puyo, but apparently it's very, very popular in Japan. This isn't the version I grew up with. As I said, I had a Super Nintendo instead. So I actually had Kirby's Ghost Trap. Again, exactly the same game. Great fun. 6-game cartridge, Menacer. So I think this is like, the Menacer was their bloody gun, wasn't it? So it's got 6 like shooting games on here with a light gun. Oh god, I've only got through a quarter of the bloody game so far. It's going to take all day. Fatal Labyrinth, another top-down game, a bit, I don't know, how would you call it, a little bit Zelda-ish, a little bit, what's that other game? I can't even remember what it's called, there's a game in my head. Gauntlet, that's the one. Very Gauntlet, I suppose, Fatal Labyrinth. Simpsons, Bart vs the Space Mutants, absolutely horrible game. I grew up with the NES copy, and disgusting. I can't ever remember many games annoying me as much as this one. Crap. FIFA 95, the second ever FIFA game as far as I'm aware. Super Monaco GP, another racing game. Zool, the bloody Chubba Chubs mascot, if I remember correctly, made by Gremlin and EA. It's basically a lot of people seem to like this one, but I just think it's a really poor Sonic clone. He's trying to run fast and the screen just goes a bit blurry. I just think it's rubbish. NBA 95. Krusty Super Fun House. I grew up with this game as well, sadly. I had the Game Gear version of the game. Again, tripe. Kid's Chameleon. Now, this is a nice little 2D side-scrolling platformer. Yes. I'm trying to actually remember. I think you collect, basically, you have transformations or masks. Can't remember if it was masks or transformations, but you have basically various power-ups that change up the gameplay a lot. It's decent. James Pond 2. I actually had the codename Robocod. I actually had the Super Nintendo version of this game. Very, very decent side-scrolling platformer. Yeah, it's good. Mortal Kombat 2, a series in which came out on the Super Nintendo and the Mega Drive. If I am correct, they removed the blood from the Super Nintendo version, so many people preferred the Mega Drive version as they saw themselves as very, very mature individuals if they could see blood in a game. I personally didn't give a crap, but different strokes for different folks, eh? Next game, Splatterhouse. Speaking of bloody gore, or Splatterhouse 2, I should say. This game is it's bloody fun. I'll give it that. I think Splatterhouse 2 was the only Splatterhouse game that came out in Europe. The original Splatterhouse was on the PC engine, and Splatterhouse 3 only came out on the Genesis and the Mega Drive in Japan, I think. Mega Games 1. Everybody has bloody Mega Games 1. It's just a compilation with columns, Super Hang-On and World Cup Italia 90. No games in which I certainly would be desperate to play. Micro Machines. Now this one is bloody good. Point actually, I remember everyone who had a bloody Mega Drive bloody loved Micro Machines. Apparently, well it is, I've got it on the Super Nintendo as well, and I don't remember anyone having a copy on the Super Nintendo, so if anybody bloody knows, why did everyone who had the Mega Drive bloody love Micro Machines, but nobody bloody cared about it on the Super Nintendo? Anybody knows that in the comment section? Let me know. Next one, Sega Classics. Got some bloody good games on here. You've obviously got Altered Beast, you've got Alex Kidd in the Enchanted Castle, Flicky, which is decent, but most importantly, Gunstar Heroes. This is the cheapest way, to my knowledge, to acquire a copy of Gunstar Heroes on the Mega Drive. Because if you buy the standalone version, it's pretty expensive these days. But this Classics collection is still a fairly decent price. Worms. It's bloody Worms. I'm not really going to talk about it because I'm not a huge fan of that one. Olympic Gold. McDonald's Global Gladiators. Another absolutely disgusting game which encourages youngsters to gouge on disgusting, horrible junk food. Yuck. Typically American and a product of the 90s. Ugh. Next one, bloody hockey, NHLPA Hockey 93. No interest. We've got it in a bundle. Shining into Darkness, Genesis version for some reason. I think it's made by the same people as Shining Force, as far as I'm aware, and it's a role-playing game. It's a little bit like a dungeon crawler, I suppose. Shakan. Echo the Tides of Time, the second Echo game. Again, this is a game a lot of Mega Drive owners seem to bloody love. I really don't get it. Is it one of those nostalgia things? It's basically just like that weird, like dolphin-y drug trip game. Odd. Jungle Strike, because they love helicopters. Judge Dredd, never liked Judge Dredd. Ryan Giggs. Championship World Class Soccer, endorsed by Ryan Giggs. I find this game amusing because it came out so bloody long ago, and Ryan Giggs has only just retired from Premiership football, playing for Manchester United. So what a career that man's had. That's absolutely outrageous, isn't it? He's just retired from professional football and he had his own game on the Mega Drive. Bloody ridiculous. Amazing little factoid. Virtual Racing. This is like, what's it called? Bloody 3D, like really bad 3D, like a Super FX game on the Super Nintendo. Shining Force. Oh, you gotta love Shining Force. An absolutely fantastic tactical role-playing game on the grid. Basically like Fire Emblem. It's magical. I love it. Ultimate Soccer. Eternal Champions. Hard Driving. Towel Spin. Zero Tolerance, Lotus Turbo Challenge, Rugby World Cup 95, Rambo 3, Atomic Runner, the Genesis version, Batman Returns, Mortal Kombat, another bootleg cart, Megadrive 16. This one's got on it My Hero, Soccer, Baseball, Teddy Boy, Ghost House, Bank Panic, Machine Gun, Astro Flash, Spy vs Spy, Pit Pot, Hang On, Satellite 7, Super Tennis, Super Astro, Easy Ghost and Kid Fighter. I might have a go at that later. PGA Tour 96. Right, that's half of them gone through. So that's the first box done. Right, yeah! Second box. Super Hang On. John Madden Football 1992. That's just taught me a fact just now. Madden's older than FIFA. Hellfire, bloody space shooter. Truxton, another bloody space shooter, which they never bloody shut up about on Classic Game Room for some reason. Don't ask me. European Club Soccer. Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, the movie. Yeah. Corporation. Aquatic Games, another bloody James Pond game. Toy Story. This has got pre-rendered graphics. It looks pretty fantastic in my opinion. I was very impressed with the way this looked in 1995. Solil. This one's actually quite a nice little Zelda clone. I like this. This is one I should really play this one through actually. NBA Jam. I don't even like bloody basketball. Look at me. I'm English and white. But even I can appreciate how good this one was. NBA Jam. Give it a go. Lemmings. Action puzzle game. Lemmings. Lemmings was bloody hugely popular over here in Europe. But from what I've heard recently, apparently it never was in America. What was all that about? F1. Marco's Magic Football with some geezer in a top hat on the front who looks rather like me. It's one of those weird platform games where you walk around, you kick a football at the same time. Strider, very fun game, side scroller. Gotta love a bit of Strider. Earthworm Jim 2, he's such a super guy. The Mega Drive versions are superior to the Super Nintendo versions as they feature superior music. Nice. PGA Golf Tour. Mega Games 3. This one has Alien Storm, Super Thunder Black and Super Monaco GP. FIFA International Soccer, the very first ever FIFA game. Castle of Illusion starring Mickey Mouse, again. Another F1 game. eSWAT. Road Rash 2. Stuck Together, Street Racer, Mario Kart clone. Micro Machines 2 Turbo Challenge, because Mega Drive owners bloody love Micro Machines. Rocket Knight's Adventures. This is actually one of my favourite Mega Drive games, full stop. Absolutely bloody fantastic Konami game, and a lot better than most of the Castlevania games in my opinion, along with the Gambit Goemon games, which I also think are a lot better than the Castlevania games. Yeah, some of the better Capcom titles. What else have we got? Pac-Mania, Clax, Tasmania, Wrestle War, Aladdin for the Super Nintendo, Aladdin for the Mega Drive. It's very well animated. Many people think this version is superior to the Super Nintendo version. Personally, I've always preferred the Super Nintendo version, but as I've said many times on this channel, different strokes for different strokes. Castlevania The New Generation. This version differs from the Genesis version of Castlevania, as again, they took out blood in this version. Again, it's not something I particularly care about, but many people online appear to have this weird morbid curiosity with blood. So even if they haven't got blood in their games, they like to have a cry about it. Personally, I don't see what bloody difference it makes. But yes, Castlevania New Generations, I think it is superior to any of the Nintendo Castlevanias. That includes Castlevania 1, 2, 3, 4, and Bloody Vampire Kiss. I think Castlevania The New Generations is possibly the definitive Castlevania game. Earthworm Jim, we've already talked about him. Number 2 is probably better, but the first one is very good as well. PGA Golf Tour 2. This is taking bloody all day. Rice Star, bloody fantastic. Another mascot style game. Rice Star was made by the same people who made Sonic the Hedgehog, as far as I'm aware. I personally prefer Rice Star, though, on the other hand, as the gameplay is at a slower pace, so you have more time to digest what's actually going on, where Sonic's just all a bit of a blue blur, really, isn't it? Marble Madness. I bloody love Marble Madness, and I've actually covered this game on this channel already. Actually, it was this version as well, the EA version of Megadrive. The EA version of Marble Madness. Although apparently there is another version of Marble Madness for the Mega Drive, which was exclusive to Japan, which is superior to this one. So I'd like to give that one a go at some point as well. Zoop. I remember this having a really bizarre description on the back of the box. I think I'll read that out to you. Why are you wasting your time reading the box when you could be playing the game? Right here inside this little box is excitement you crave, the challenge you need, level after level of brain-burning action coming at you from all sides, faster and faster until your thumbs are numb, your eyes are aching and your mind is molten. And there's only one thing you know, I can't stop playing this game. I've never played it. What am I missing? Pack Panic! Fantasy Zone, get ready. Alien 3. Space Harrier 2. FIFA 97. Flashback. World of Illusion starring Mickey Mouse and Donald Duck. Jurassic Park The Lost World. Ooh, dropped one nearly. Echo the bloody dolphin. Rolo. Phantasy Star 2, great JRPG. I talked about the prequel to this, the Master System version of the game, in my Master System review, which I done on the channel a few weeks ago. So yes, Phantasy Star 2, 3 and 4 can all be found on the Mega Drive. So far I've only got Phantasy Star 2. Another Lemmings game. Michael Jackson's Moonwalker. The arcade version is much better. They're actually completely different games altogether, but it's amusing because there's not many games you get to play as a paedophile, is there? Madden 1994. Jungle Book. Again, this is one of those cool looking pre-rendered Disney games along with Lion King and Aladdin. Looks very nice. Very nice. Robocop versus Terminator. Whoa. California Games. Tiny Toon Adventures. Wiz and Liz. Fantasia. Jimmy White's Whirlwind Snooker. Monsterland, aka Wonder Boy 3. Yes, look at that. Very nice game. Micro Machines Turbo Tournament 1996. Quackshot. Buster's Hidden Treasure. M.I. Abrams Battle Tanks. FIFA 96. Megalomania. Street Fighter 2 Special Champions Edition. Super Street Fighter 2. Now this is the definitive Street Fighter game on the Mega Drive in my opinion. But I think the bloody Super Nintendo versions of Street Fighter are better once again, simply because I prefer the Super Nintendo controllers. Sampras Tennis 96, who remembers bloody Pete Sampras? Lotus 2, Premier Manager, Duel Master, Vector Man, that's an odd game, isn't it? It looks a bit like Balls actually, only it's a side scroller. Mega Games 2, controlling the Revenge of Shinobi, Streets of Rage, Golden Axe. Now that is what you call a bloody compilation cartridge. 3 great games on one cartridge. Cheap as chips. NBA Live 97. Terminator 2. Batman. This looks like it's based on the original Batman game, yes. 688 attack sub. EA Sports double header. Decap attack. There's actually an odd fact to know about this game, but I can't bloody remember it off the top of my head. It's a decent 2D side scroller, but what is it? There's something cool about it. I can't remember what. If anyone knows what I'm actually trying to think about in the comment section, let me know. Theme Park. I do like Theme Park, but I don't think I'd ever bother playing it on the Megadrive. It's a PC game, really, isn't it? I do have Super Nintendo and PlayStation version. You've got to put a Megadrive version at the bottom of the pile, really. Japanese version of Outrun. Look at that. Look at the writing. How cool is that? It looks very Chinese takeaway. Super Hide Light. Yeah, Super Hide Light, another top-down game. Mickey Mania. Back to the Future 3. Golden Axe 2. Yes, that's fun, isn't it? Golden Axe 2. Mega Bomberman, the only Bomberman game on the bloody Mega Drive. That's a fun game. Streets of Rage. Everyone loves Streets of Rage. General Chaos. Get through these quick. Jennifer Capitier Tennis. Dynamite Heady. Dynamite Heady's fantastic. Another treasure game, just like Gunstar Heroes. Great 2D side scroller. Road Rash. Grand Slam. Basketball. Alicia Dragoon. Another great 2D side scroller. And Primal Rage. That is my bloody Mega Drive collection. I hope that entertained you, even though it's just me mostly just picking up games and saying Premier Manager and things like that. There was a lot of games to get through, but I thought I would show you all my collection. I've got videos on my channel which are a lot more entertaining than that. So, if you want to see some of my good videos, then have a look through my channel listings. Yeah! Cheerio!